Hello, 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 I'm Steel, and some of you are probably wondering, first of all, what is this block behind me, and second of all, where are my shaders? Well, the reason for both of those things are that I'm in the latest snapshot, the one that came out this morning, which is snapshot 20W06A, I believe it is, and that is the first snapshot of the Nether update, which added a huge amount of new blocks, and some really awesome new generation for the Nether. I mean, look at this is cool. And the portal transition times have also sped up, but of course, because this is a snapshot, there's no Optifine. But you can see so this is the Soul Sand Valley biome, and so we've got this new stuff, which is Soul Soil, which doesn't slow you down when you walk on it. And if you light it on fire, you get these gorgeous blue flames, but the flames from you standing in them are actually red still, which seems to be a bit of an issue. There's also these things scattered all throughout the Nether, and these, which are Crimson Roots, which is part of, well, I believe it's something associated with the new Crimson Forest biome, and if I go in here you can see the mist has changed to red instead of blue, and this is a new thing. So we've got this type of crimson stem, which is basically a wood, and it forms with netherwort and weeping vines, which are a new type of vine that instead of growing on the side of blocks, they hang down from above. So that's really cool. There's also this stuff, which is like, I guess, the equivalent of nether grass. There's another biome around here in the nether that I haven't come across yet. That is the warped forest. So we're in the crimson forest at the moment. The warped forest is all like very similar sort of deal, except instead of forming in these red ones, it forms blue ones, and that's where we get this wood, warped wood, which is very cool. The other thing they've added is basalt and various other blocks that should be super awesome. Now, when I heard that they added basalt, I thought, heck, we'll finally have something with a similar colour scheme to, say, cyan terracotta with stair and slab variants so that we can make dark coloured proofs, but unfortunately not. This is the new basalt texture. It's kinda interesting, it's got a funky sound, and it's a very interesting thing. It's a directional texture, and I believe it's, well, real basalt is based off ash, so it's a sort of volcanic-y thing, I suppose. So I've used it here along with some of the new soul soil and these shroom lights which spawn around the place to create quite a funky looking little mushroom thing, just experimenting around with the new blocks. The other thing that they've added is this, netherite. So netherite is a new stuff that you can find in the nether, and it actually forms, well, it's very rare and a higher tier than diamond. This is probably one of the most significant features to be added for quite some time. Getting it is very difficult. What you have to do is you have to mine these ancient debris blocks, which are very, very rare, very difficult to find. Each one of these smelts down into a single piece of nether scrap. To create one netherite ingot, you need 4 pieces of nether scrap combined with 4 gold ingots. That'll create a single netherite ingot, which is then used to create your netherite armor and tools, which are quite cool because they have knockback resistance, and also they're, well, quite aesthetically pleasing, I have to say, very good looking. But it's also ridiculously expensive and can only be mined with diamond tools. So what I've done is I've just been experimenting around with some of the new blocks. The ancient debris is quite an interesting texture with this swirly thing on top, but I think both netherite and the ancient debris really lend themselves to sort of industrial builds. You can also see these torches on the side, that's soul fire torches which can be crafted using the soul soil. We also have soul fire lanterns which are quite cool, and again very good for industrial kind of builds. So we've got a lot of nice new blocks that should be very awesome for builds. I think netherite blocks, despite having an absolutely gorgeous appearance, they're also very blast resistant and still piston movable, which is cool. They have a very nice like industrial look, very factory-ish, which is something that's been quite lacking in Minecraft, but because they're so expensive, I don't think they're really going to be used in builds outside of creative mode. We've also got the new crimson and warped planks and everything, and so if you've got trapdoor variants as well, which is quite cool. So these are, well, very interesting textures that we haven't really seen before. And so you can see this thing, it's sort of acacia but horizontal. And both of these, I think, with shroom lights behind them would make for very cool light sources. As well as your standard, like, blue fire would be very awesome as well. And the final thing that is quite interesting that they've added is, Hoglins, I believe they're called. Yes, they're a new mob. I'm just going to have to change the weather quickly. They're very funky. They don't do much at the moment, but they're quite interesting looking. Very yeah, definitely something that's quite different to the normal mobs, especially with the eyes. They appear to be blind or something. It's interesting, it's strange. The other thing with the Nether is, as well as these new fossils, if we go into spectator mode, you can see... Oh, crap. Okay, if we go into spectator mode, you can see that the other thing is that the way basalt generates is as these funky pillars like this. So you can find them spawning throughout the Nether, which is quite an interesting new feature. As well as that, well, ancient debris is incredibly rare. To mine it, you almost always need to go like deep down around this level, and you absolutely must mine it with a diamond pickaxe. You can't mine it with anything else, it's literally impossible. I think this has really revitalized the Nether already, and no doubt future updates will add much more. But this new generation is really truly incredible, I think. The bone blocks make for, well, it's very useful and means that it's a lot easier to get that. As well as nether wart blocks spawning here, and the weeping vines are very stylish. And all of this is, well, it opens itself up for so many new building tricks that we simply haven't had before. So combine that with the fancy new cool things that we got from 1.15 as well, and this is, well, this is really going to be super awesome once it's all up to date and complete. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. This will just be a quick little video just to kind of show that this is an update, a thing that happened, and just my thoughts on it. Other thing, I'm kind of devastated that they haven't added stair and slab variants of basalt, because that would be fantastic. Final super useful feature, this is probably the best part of the whole update, is that previously stacking walls you got that weird annoying texture. Now it actually forms a wall, which is gorgeous. It's truly an incredible feature, and I wonder if... Oh, that seems to be a bit of a problem though. It's still... No, okay, that's fine then. Great, perfect. Not sure why it's doing that, because if we replace that, it's gone. That might be a bit of a bug, but it is very cool new features. So this should be some super awesome stuff for building when the full release comes out, and I can't wait to see further updates from Mojang. Thank you very much for watching, and you all have a fantastic day.